Hello everyone, it's my Thursday today because it's a second day before my last day. Sorry Wednesday, I don't have Wednesday in my work day schedule. I have Monday, Tuesday, then Thursday and Friday, 4 days a week. So anyway, I want to talk to you today about using debit cards. Okay, so we all have here debit cards, I think. So I mean, most people. So um, I used my debit card to pay a bill, and then I realized that I think that they are, you know, they are reliable, and they are reliable, but then you never know who will be the hands that it will go into, or maybe they do some encryption or whatever that makes it private. The number, they don't store it. They said they don't store it, and then they just store the 4 digits for record keeping. But you know what, you really never know if there's a leak or something like that. So my I can remember that other people really don't give out their debit card number to anybody. And so I was just like, I don't want to like mail a check to pay my bill, and then use a stamp, do the envelope, write the address, a lot of stuff, and we are all busy. I am very busy. So I have work, and then I have to take care of things. I like, okay, I'm just gonna, I don't want to do all that stuff and go to the mailbox and do like that. I just want to like in the on the phone. But then I did that. But then I realized later on, I think I made a mistake. I should have not done that, because it's not good. You're giving them access to your account. Even if you have little money in your account, it's still your account. You don't want that to expose to other people. I mean, the information. So other people, they're okay with that. It's okay if they're okay with that, then that's their business. But for me, I made a change because I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable other people having the info of my debit card. Um, I just realized that after paying, that, oh, okay, I did the easy way, but then what is the consequence of that in the long term? You don't know. And even if we don't have, even if we have little money, if we have little in our account, just for to pay bills, something like that, it's important, right? Every dollar counts to survive here, because so we know that in the US, it's very expensive to live here. Okay, but we also get a good, we also benefit living in a better place, because it's a first world, as they say. It's a first world. We have good system here, structured. Things are not chaotic, things are systematic, things are just way, 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 way better. Okay, I don't want to compare it to other countries because I don't want to offend anybody. And for me, myself, I'm from the Philippines, and so I love the Philippines. I don't want to demean or demote the Philippines and other countries like that. But what I'm saying is, we pay a lot more here, very expensive. um, but then we also have good system, good structure. And this is the country, this is my home country, and I can live here. Okay, so this is where I want to live. So so anyway, that's that. And so what I did was, okay, I realized that, oh my gosh, um there, my debit card number is like somewhere there. Somebody has access to it, or I mean, yeah, number on all that. I am not comfortable. So what I did, um I called my bank and get a replacement. So actually did it online in the app, and then I called him as well, and then I did a replacement. And so I will not give my debit card info ever again, for like easy way of paying bills. So I learned it that way, because I learned it from my late husband too, that he didn't want to give his debit card number ever. Whatever that he wanna do, doing that, uh, writing a check, putting a stamp, doing that old address and all, putting on the mail and all that stuff, he would do that rather than giving his debit card number. So I learned that from him, and so he's very good, very savvy, very good in money. So and so yeah, um, here's a good example. Now, what I did, but then sometimes when I remember that when I was in a very hard situation where I had to really pay right now because we had to go for a flight, like for example when I was having Illy, coming from here, coming from here in the US going to the Philippines, and she was, I mean, Ellie was in the cargo because she's big. She couldn't be with me in as I checked in the plane from San Francisco, what was it, that's Los Angeles. I think we went Los Angeles to Manila. I had to go to a first, so this is what happens from to um, Portland to Los Angeles. We did Alaska Airlines. And Alaska Airlines, they are okay with the big dogs. I'm so thankful for Alaska Airlines that they are so pet friendly, even for big dogs, because Elle is big. So it's a considered a large dog. Supposed to be a healer is just a medium dog. Usually average is medium, but Ellie is extraordinary. Okay, actually she's a large dog, so I had to have her in a cargo. So but then from Portland to Los Angeles, that should be a different topic, right? But anyway, it's a long story. That will be a different day for that, because it can make me cry also. Anyway, so I had to like pay, where was that, when you have a long trip, and when you are carrying a dog, and when you're carrying a dog and putting in a cargo, there's a lot of logistics, a lot of things to pay, a lot of papers, documentation and stuff like that. And when I need to pay, I just need to pay like right now. If I need to pay, I just find ways to pay it, because if one doesn't work, then I have to pay it with my debit card or something. So I don't know what instance was that when I had to use my Apple Pay. I cannot remember if that was during our trip, or that was when sending money to myself when I was in the Philippines. So I had to pay Apple Pay, and I put my digital card there. I mean my debit card with Apple Pay. So at least in that case, they will not see my debit card info, because the Apple has like encryption and all that protection that other people, merchants, cannot see your debit card numbers and all that information. So at least there's that layer of protection. So but then I use that sparingly, only when it's really needed, when I cannot use my other cards for paying bills, something like that. So but then that is just for like, if really in case, if like I had no other choice, like when I had to, like in a hurry, or I had to, in that situation, like you have to go for a trip, and your other card that didn't work, or yeah, that doesn't work and stuff like that. So at least I have that in a safer place in Apple Pay, in a digital wallet. So but then giving it to person information, all the information, giving it to person without that layer of protection like what Apple Pay provides, then that's not good. So I learned that I will not do that again. So I replaced my card. I have now a new card. I'm happy with that. And so you know here, living here is very expensive. So you guys must know that, even if like, oh yeah, they're working, and so they have income and do this and do that, well, we pay a lot of bills, especially if you are like alone like me. I don't have husband to pay my bills and other stuff, so I just have to work. just have to work, and then I have to pay for my own bills and do pay everything myself. So it's very expensive here, and it's also as I have said, you get what you pay for, because I love it here. Okay, I love it here. I will pay what I need to pay, taxes and everything else. Very expensive. So but then that's my story about the debit card. I think many people know, but other people really didn't care. But don't give out your bank credit debit card information. You don't want other people to have access to your account. Okay, even how small that is, even if you have only a few dollars in there in your account, you still don't want other people to have access to that account, even how reliable they are, even if like, oh, and I know that they will not do such a thing, you never know, because they have employees, and you just don't know. Okay, you just never know how, even if they are reliable. So that's my lesson for today. Okay, so I still have some 20-30 minutes before my work time. So yeah, and I will tell the story of when I brought Ellie from the US to the Philippines. It's the hardest thing I've ever did in my entire life. Oh my gosh, it's not easy to bring a dog international, especially if your dog is big, because the just like Ellie, she had to be in a cargo, so I had to hire cargo cargo that cargo business, and then do this logistics and timing and the paperwork from the vet, and all that is just so crazy. It's just so crazy. I said it's better, oh my gosh, it's better to have a human baby than bringing a dog baby, because um with human baby you just need the passport and the ticket, and you're like good to go. With a dog, going to a cargo, going for international flight, oh my gosh. So from here we did Portland to Los Angeles. I think we did Los Angeles to Manila, and Manila, I get another cargo um, service there from Manila to Bohol, and then in because I decided to have Ellie be with my sister, so I had to bring Ellie again from Bohol to Manila. That's a long trip for a dog. Don't, if you can, don't make your dog go to on that kind of trip, long trip like international trip. Oh my gosh, no, it's very very hard. I can cry if I will keep on going with that with Ellie. So that's it. Okay, so that's our debit card story for today. Okay, bye bye.